How the heck are you? Welcome to Project Love Me TV. I am Rachel Harvest, and today is the second part of 2 episodes where I'm sharing on the concepts that the Harvest Method uses to cultivate programs, resources, methods, and information so that you can benefit from the work in a way that suits you. The Harvest Method has a tagline: food that feeds you, movement that moves you. And Project Love Me furthers that mission by supporting you to dig deep and determine who you have to be and what you need to do to have an authentic, connected, whole, and love-filled life. You get to look at yourself and your life and figure out what you say is missing, and then by becoming present to that vacancy that you say you have in yourself, you get to make choices as to what is beneficial for you and what needs to go. If you aren't familiar with me and my work, which is also my passion, I am a registered dietitian, certified dietitian nutritionist, and a behavioral health coach. I also teach Pilates, and I moonlight as an aerialist for sport because I absolutely love teaching people to understand and be in their bodies. And after 25 years and a professional career as a ballet dancer, learning to fly and dance in the air was just simply the next logical step for me in working the second half of that tagline for myself: movement that moves me. Today I'm sharing about what I mean when I say movement that moves you. I'm exceptionally skilled in teaching and executing physical movement, obviously. I also know about this. There is a ton of ancient, spiritual, and new age teaching out there that touches on the energy wheels of the body and speaks of flow or chakra balancing and that sort. For those of you who don't want to hear some sort of esoteric and spiritual breakdown of what I mean by being moved, how about this? Those 7 energy chakras you have in your body are those places that you are seeking the following: to be grounded and feel safe so that you can create and make stuff happen and feel empowered, to live with an open, free, and fearless heart, and speak your truth from what you know and from what you've learned or have been given innately through your experience. When you experience moments of inspiration, or, as is my intention for you and myself, experience consistent inspiration, those 7 things you seek are sought. That's what I define as being moved. When you move your body, you get to understand its abilities and its limitations. You get to honor what it can do and condition it to maintain or expand in those abilities. The word exercise gets a terrible rap. And in my opinion, running for hours on a treadmill, soul cycling to some person cackling into a microphone, or doing some bar exercise or CrossFit class that you can barely walk out the door after is a reason for that negative connotation for exercise, because exercise is not punishment. It's actually worship. It's being reverent and grateful for your body. It's understanding you physically. It's finding the flow and connection from your brain to your limbs and all parts of your middle to make you move and give you wings. And it lets you get the physical you. It's not to be done because you need to lose weight or to have a nicer butt. It's not to be done to tire yourself so that you pass out after a high stress day. If you live an aggro life, aggro exercise behavior is just going to send you to the emergency room. It's not about overcoming what's wrong with your body to make it better. It's a form of praise and love and nurturing. Find movement that moves you. There's so many options. I was so lucky when I was a mere 3 years old that I got moved by pliés. I did. I got in a station wagon after my first ballet class and announced that that was what I was going to be when I grew up, a ballerina. The same thing every 3-year-old girl says, only I was moved and I meant it. Dancing is another language I speak with joy, articulately, and wholeheartedly. As good as I am with words, I can never express myself better than when I am silent and I move to and with the music. When I had to retire because ballet was no longer healthy for me, I was in a serious funk for a long time. I ran, I circuit trained, I did those bar exercise classes, and I did become a full-on yogi. And after a few years feeling disconnected from my body, I found the air. So I spin and climb and flip and lounge up in the sky. I do yoga and I dance the night away sometimes. And sometimes I really get up early in the morning for those morning raves we have here in New York City to be more physically moved in the way I described earlier. Try lots of music, movement. Don't go to the gym and punish yourself. Make it a social event. Go for a walk, get a yoga buddy, rock climb, hike, build your sexual stamina. Whatever moves you, and I mean really moves you. Keep searching until you experience what I described. And I'm going to describe it again now so you can think about it a little more. Seek to be grounded and feel safe so that you can create and make stuff happen and feel empowered to live an open, free, and fearless heart and speak your truth from what you know and from what you've learned or have been given innately and through your experience. You'll actually want to move that way, and your life and your health will be all the better for it. Just like with food, I give figurative meaning to movement that moves me too. What I mean by that is, what are anything that you are seriously into? What that is going on in the world, that you are personally creating or that you are indulging in, makes you passionate? Feminine empowerment, love, politics, human rights, philanthropy, for-purpose work, experimental culture, religion, philosophy. For me, it's absolutely my movement right here. Project Love Me and the Harvest Method light me up and set me off like a firecracker. Each and every tool and bit of education that I have cultivated in the Harvest Method's Harvest absolutely moves me too. The top move Rachels are love, open-hearted living, loving kindness, and all other teachings from that wing of Buddhist practices, communication styles, goddess gatherings, female empowerment and support, as opposed to competition or increasing, the yang, the fight. I want yin presence in this world. That's female energy. I want us to love and nurture. I also love avant-garde and traditional healing modalities. Burning Man's culture and the principles therein of radical self-reliance, radical self-expression, radical inclusion, giving, civic duty, participation, immediacy, decommodification, community, and leaving no trace. That movement is my lifeblood. And I also love the philosophy and teachings of people like Ram Dass or Alan Watts or Osho and so many other mystic geniuses who truly get humanity. These are all movements that move me. So what moves you? What gets you sparked up and ready to roll, jump, turn, dance, sing, and share yourself? Do you know how important it is to know the answer to that question? It's so connected to who you say you are, what you choose to consume and absorb, that's food right there, and what you do and have in your life. You gotta get what moves you and get moving. Don't subscribe to somebody else's dream and ideals. Don't follow if you aren't moved. Don't feel obligated to agree or guilty for having your own beliefs and desires. If you're doing that, you're not living your life. And guess what? Your life is the one you're living, so figure it out. You're not a mystery to yourself. You're actually 100% understood. You just have to do the work to find out what is in the way of understanding beautiful you. What kind of world would we be in if each and every one of us woke up and went to bed moved by his or her life? We'd get rid of depression, guilt, anxiety, feeling lost, disconnected, or bored. We'd all be high on life, totally jonesing for the next big, beautiful experience. That's possible. It is. I live like that. So do the people I work with. Because we work on this. What moves you? Tell me one thing that just knocks your socks off in the comment section below today's video. I'm going to describe being moved one more time. Seeking to be grounded and feel safe so that you can create and make stuff happen. And feel empowered to live with an open, free, and fearless heart and speak your truth from what you know and from what you've learned or have been given innately and through your experience. Share what moves you in that comment section below this video. Share this video and subscribe to this channel. Sign up for my newsletter at theharvestmethod.com and get on with your bad self and get moving. That's it for this week. I love you, and nothing moves me more than love. So thank you for that, and I will see you next Thursday.